So how we are just going to perform any Excel activities in Blue Prism. Okay. So if you want to perform any kind of Excel activities into the Blue Prism, then first of all you have to import the VBO. Okay. What exactly the mean of the VBO? So VBO is stands for Visual Business Object. Okay. So we have a two kind of a VBO. One is a system defined VBO and second is a user defined VBO. So the system defined VBO means which is already installed in your system or which is already given by the Blue Prism. And the user defined VBO means the user is going to create own VBO as per the requirement. Okay. So we will go into deep for this VBO into the later of the part. But as of now, I'm just going to tell you what exactly the mean of this Excel activities, why we are just going to perform this one, and what exactly the steps we need to follow. So first of all, the step one will be you need to import the VBO. Which VBO? That is MS Excel VBO. MS Excel VBO you have to import. So under this MS Excel VBO, all the Excel related activities, all the related Excel activities or actions you will be able to see. So now how you are going to import this one? So let's see, just go into the Blue Prism, then go into file and here you can see the import. So once you will click on import, so it is going to give you this browse option. So just click on browse and just go into C drive. Now I'm going into C drive. Just go into C drive. This one, C drive. Then here go into program files and here you will be able to see the Blue Prism Limited, Blue Prism Automate, and here you can see the VBO folder, and within this VBO you will be able to see this MS Excel. Okay. So you need to select this MS Excel VBO and just click on open. So now you can see. So as I have already imported this VBO, so if I'll just click on next, so it will ask me for the override. Now you can see it is asking for me override, but first time if you will import this one, so it will import directly and it will give you the finish button over here. That's it. So once you will import the VBO, MS Excel VBO, so it is going to import like this way. Okay, so now how we are just going to utilize this MS Excel VBO, what exactly we can just do. Okay, so let's see the simple step first. We just need to read the data from the VBO. Ravinder, are you there?
Yeah, I am here, Anup, no problem.
Oh, okay. So now the first step will be I just need to read the data from Excel and store into Blue Prism. So let's see how we are just going to perform this activity. Okay. So what are the steps will be involved? So my first step will be that is create the instance. Okay, you need to create the instance. Create the instance means when you open any applications, so that is nothing but a kind of an instance that which application you are just going to launch. Second step will be I just need to open the workbook, right? Open the workbook means open the Excel file from which you want to read the data. This is your second step. Okay. Now, what will be your third step? My third step will be I just need to, I'm just reading the data and I'm just storing in collection. But before this one, actually, this will be your third step. Let's see why. When you have created the instance, then I just need to here open the workbook, and now here you can see the right one, read data from the Excel file. Okay. So let's see how we are just going to perform this one. But before moving on this one, in the last point, right? Read the data from the Excel file. Okay. Read the data from the Excel file and store into Blue Prism. So now come to this point, store into Blue Prism. Suppose you have read the Excel data, okay, from the Excel file, but I said I need to store into Blue Prism. But where you are going to store into the Blue Prism? So we have one more stage which is known as a collection stage. Okay, so we have one more stage which is known as a collection stage. So collection stage is the combination of the field and records. Okay, collection stage is basically to store the data in fields and records. Okay, fields means column header, records means the entry. So let's see how we are just going to perform this activity. So I'm just gonna create a new object, right click, create object. I'm just going to keep the name as day 3, win the next, then finish this one. So now here you can see object has been created successfully. So now just open this object. Now go into your action tab. And always remember, if you want to perform any VBO activities, okay, if you want to use any VBO, for example, this time we are just going to use this MS Excel VBO, okay. So all the VBO exists into the action stage only, okay. This is main point, always remember. I'm just typing a note. Any VBO will be called or used through the action stage only. Okay, this one. So let's see. So first of all, what we need to do, we have to create the instance. Okay, so suppose I have this Excel file, I have suppose this store data Excel file. Let's see what kind of a data we have. So we have basically store data. Okay, let it open. Now this one. Okay. So basically we have this store data here. So we have a store name, we have city, region, app name, and so on and so forth. And we have this record which we just need to capture all these records into the Blue Prism. So let's see how we are just going to perform this activity. So first of all, we just need to create the instance. Okay, so if I just want to use any VBO, then I just need to go for this action stage, drag this one, double click, and here I'm just gonna give the name as create instance. Okay, any meaningful name you can give it. Now it is asking business object, which business object you want to call into, say which VBO you want to call. So if you will click on drop down, so here you will be able to see this MS Excel VBO. So just click on this MS Excel VBO, and here you can see all the Excel related actions you will be able to see in this action drop down. Now you can see all the Excel related actions. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to create the instance. So you can see the create instance. So click on create instance. Then here you can see the input and output parameters, and if you have any conditions. So here you just need to go for this output, and here you need to create this handle number. Okay, I have just created this handle number. What exactly the mean of this handle number? Let's see. So if I talk about this handle, so handle is basically bifurcate or separate your Excel workbook. For example, I say you are working two different Excel file, Excel workbook. Suppose I have one Excel workbook as balance sheet dot xlsx, and the another workbook I have that is pnl dot xlsx. Okay, so I have two different workbook. So how you can segregate or how you can bifurcate these two different workbook? So on the basis of handle number only. For example, if I have given the handle 1 to balance sheet and I have given the handle 2 to P&L. So it means if I need to perform any activity into the balance sheet file, then I can use the handle one only. And if I just want to perform any activity in P&L file, then I need to go for this handle two. So handle is going to segregate or bifurcate your Excel workbooks, Excel file. Is it clear, Ravinder?
Yeah, clear.
Okay. So I have just created the instance. After that, what I need to do? I need to open the workbook. So drag this action stage here, double click on this, and I say this is open workbook. So just go here, MS Excel VBO, and here you can see open workbook. So now you can see it is asking the handle number and the file name. Okay. So the handle number I have given it from here. This is your handle number. Now it is asking the file name. So just capture the file path. Okay. So I'm just capturing the path of this file. Now just simply you have to paste the path into double quotes. This one. Okay. If you want to validate, so just click on validate and see that is valid. Fine. Now click on OK. Now go into output and I have created this workbook name data item. It means the Excel file name will store within this data item. Now click on OK. After that, what we have to do? We have to read the data. Okay, we have to read the data and we have to store it. So here, what we need to do? We have to go for this collection. So I'm just dragging this collection and I'm just gonna create. Suppose I have given the name as store collection or store data, whatever the name you want to assign. Now you can see how many fields do we have? So we have total 8 fields. So these 8 fields I'm just going to create it. So just click on this add. So I'm just gonna add 8 field and I'm just gonna assign the name. The store name. Store name will be your text. Then the second one you have the city. City is also the text. Then you have region. Region is also the text. Then you have SAP name, which is alphanumeric. Alphanumeric means it is also the text. Then you have plastic, which is number. Then you have foods, which is also the number. Then you have liquid, which is also number. Add one more line item. And we have other, which is also the number. Always remember, when you are creating the field, then field name must be matched with your Excel file field name. Okay. For example, if here the city is in cap and here if I write the city in proper case or a lower case, then it is going to throw the exception, going to throw the error because your header is not matching. So this is a case sensitive. Okay. So it's better to copy the header from the Excel file and simply paste it here. That's it. Now, just simply click on OK. So I have created this collection. Now I have to read the data and store into this collection. So just drag this action stage here, double click on this, and I say read data. So just go into your MS Excel VBO and here you can just go for get worksheet as collection. This one, get worksheet as a collection. So if you want to read the data from the Excel file, then you have to go for this get worksheet as a collection. So now you can see it is asking the handle number. So this is your handle number. It is asking the workbook name. So we have this workbook name here. Now it is asking the worksheet name. From which sheet you want to read the data. So now you can see what is your sheet name is store data. So just paste the name into double quotes. Now go into output, and here you can see it is asking that the data which you are going to read from the Excel file, where you want to store it. Okay, and now you can see the data type is collection. So where you want to store it? I want to store in collection which I have created. So here you can see store collection, just drag into this is store inbox. Now click on OK. Done. Now just connect all these stages. Start to create instance, open workbook, read the data, and end stage. Now you can see there is no error. Okay, so as of now, if I show you in Excel file, so let's see how many records do we have. We have 160 records. Okay, so it means if I am just reading the data, then 160 records should be stored into Blue Prism. So let's execute this one. So now you can see creating the instance. So you will be able to see the handle number as a 1. Now here, now you can see handle 1, the first file, and the workbook name. Now you can see is store data.xlsx, and here now you can see in store collection you can see the 160 records. Okay, if you open store collection and if you go into current values, so now you can see all the headers on the top. Now you can see store name, city, region, and sub name, and so forth, and here you can see your data here. So all the 160 record has been captured successfully. So this is the way how we are just going to read the data from the Excel file and store into the collection. So here we have used the read data, get worksheet as collection. Now let's see. I'm just going to create a new tab. Okay. Read data. Okay. Now, suppose for example, if today I have the Excel file, okay, which contains the 8 fields, but tomorrow, if, for example, in the same file, it might be you have a 20 fields or 20 columns, okay, or this also can be a case. Today, suppose you are getting a file where this city is written into the uppercase, but tomorrow it might be that city is written into lowercase, right? So we have a different scenarios. So this scenario will fail when the column name will change or your header will increase. So this scenario will be fail. So what we have to do in this kind of a scenario, if we have a more number of a column or column is getting increase or decrease, my column header is not fixed. Okay, so in this case, what we have to do, how we are just going to read the data. So let's see, just create the instance first. I'm gonna create the instance, drag this action stage, double click, and I say create instance. Now here you can see MS Excel VBO, and here create instance. Okay, now go into output. Now you can see already we have created the handle one, right? So here this is for a different page only. Now click on OK. Now you can see handle is created. Now what we have to do, we have to open the workbook. So drag this section stage. This is open workbook MS Excel VBO, open workbook. So just get the file path, copy as path. Okay. So I'm just gonna paste the file name, and now it is asking the handle number. So this is my handle number. Okay. Now create the workbook name data item. Done. Now I just need to read the data. So drag this action stage. I say read data. So now here select MS Excel VBO, and earlier we have selected get worksheet as a collection. Now this time I'm just gonna select the get worksheet as collection first. Okay. So the difference between the both of these stages if you are selecting the get worksheet as a collection, so you have to provide all these three inputs. Okay, the handle number, the workbook name, the worksheet name. Okay, now if I am just selecting the get worksheet as a collection first, so here I do not need to provide any kind of input, and it is going to read the data from the Excel file. Okay, now just click on data. Now connect all these stages. Any collection name you can provide it. Okay, it's not about the data. The data is by default is given. If suppose I just want to give the store or something else, so I can just write it over here and I just click on this icon. So with that name your data item will be created. So now you can see, let's execute. So it is going to read the 160 record from that Excel file. Now you can see, open this data collection. Now here you can see all those 160 records. Now let's see what exactly the difference here. Okay, what exactly the difference here. So the main difference is, in get worksheet as a collection, you have to provide the inputs of the field. Okay, inputs mean to say the handle number, the workbook name, the worksheet name, you have to provide it. Okay, now let's see. I'm just going to create a duplicate copy of this one. I'm just giving the name as a one. For example, here earlier what we have done, we have just created this store collection. Okay, where we have already defined the field name and the data type. Now suppose I'm just going to create the store collection one. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to create the store collection one here. Now let's execute this one. So now here you can see, okay, 160 records. Okay, now here you can see the 160 records. Now here you can see the major difference. Okay, what exactly the major difference is? If I am just using get worksheet as a collection, or if I'm using the get worksheet as a collection first, get worksheet collection first, then the difference is, in get worksheet as a collection, you have to provide the inputs handle, workbook name and the worksheet name. Okay, so this is the difference here. But now you can see the one thing. Earlier, we have created this store collection and we have defined the data type. So when the data will be read, so these data type will contain only. Now you can see if I'm executing this one, so the data will be read successfully, but the data will be stored into that data type only, which we have defined. Now open this one and you can see on the top, the store name is text, city is text, region is text, SAP name is text, and now you can see the plastic is number, food is number, liquid is number, other is number, which we have defined. Now you can see which we have defined. But for example, if you have not created any collection or if you have not defined the any data type of the field, so by default it is going to store your data into the text data type. Now open this one. Now here just go into this one, current values. Now you can see, look, all the values has been stored into the text format only. There is no number format. So if, for example, if you have to do the some kind of a calculation, so for the aggregate functions activities, so you will be not able to perform into this plastic, text, liquid, because these are the text data type as of now. Okay, so then only what we have to do, we have to use the some functionality while reading the data. We have to define the data type as a number at that moment. So this is the way how we are just going to read the data. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Oh. Now, let's say I have this student data. Okay, I have this student data, and I just need to read this data into the Excel file. Then I need to perform some calculation while capturing the grade over here. Okay. So what I need to do, I just need to read this data into Excel file. I just need to read this data into Excel file, and after that what I have to do is I have to calculate the grade and paste it here. It means read the data from the Excel file, perform some calculation into the Blue Prism, then that calculation output or a data I just need to again print into the Excel file. So let's see how we are just going to perform this activity. So just create a new tab, write data into Excel. Yeah. So first of all, we have to read the data. So let's see. I say I just want to go for this action stage, double click. Now create instance, MS Excel VBO. Then you have to go for create instance. Okay. Now I have to open the workbook. Open workbook, MS Excel VBO, open workbook, the handle number and the file path. Copy as path. Paste it, workbook name. Okay. Now after what we have to do, we have to read the data. Okay. So I'm just going to create a collection. I say this is student collection. I have basically the three fields. Okay. What are those three fields? Firstly, I have name in text. Then I have a score, which is number. Then I have a grade, which is text. Okay. So I have created this collection. Now what I have to do? I have to read the data from Excel and store into this collection. Okay. So now here what I have to do? Just drag this action stage here. I say this is read data. So MS Excel VBO, get worksheet as a collection. Now drag the handle number. Then we have the workbook name, this one, and the sheet name. So let's see what is sheet name. Sheet name is the sheet one. Sheet one. Okay. Now here I just need to go for this one. Student collection. Now I have created this. Now what I have to do? So I have to perform some calculation over here. Okay, what kind of a calculation? Suppose I say if my score is greater or equals to 80 and less or equals to 100, then I need to provide the A grade like this way. So it means the data which I will store into this student collection. So for all the records, I need to perform these calculations for calculating the grade. So it means that activity, which activity for calculation of a grade. So this activity I need to perform or I need to execute this several times, or I just need to do the repetition of that activity. So if you perform or if you want to perform any kind of a repetition of any activity, then you need to go for this loop stage. Okay, so just drag this loop stage here, double click on this loop start, and here you can see the collection. For which collection you want to repeat? Student. Now let's see what we have to do. Okay, so we have to perform some calculation over here. Okay, right, so let's see, we are just going to use the choice stage as we have seen last time. Okay, so double click on choice stage. So it is asking the choice name. Suppose I'm just gonna give the choice name as grade A, and is asking for the condition. Okay, so what my condition will be? Now my condition will be if a student score is greater or equals to 80 and student score is less or equals to 100. Now click OK. Then second one, I say this is for grade B. My second condition will be if my score is less than 80 but greater or equals to 70. Okay, this will be your second condition. What will be your third condition? Let's see. I am just giving the grade C. Now I said if my student score is greater or equals to 70 but less or equals to 60. Okay, just check this condition. Greater than 80, less or equals to 70. Okay, done. Now click on add. Oh, move this up. This is for grade C. Now go for grade D. Now I said if my score is greater than 60 and less or equals to 50. Okay, this is for grade D. So I have these four grade. Else if the score is below 50 then fail. Now click on OK. So I have created this one. So then use this calculation stage here. Double click and now I say this is for A. So what I have to do? I have to write the suppose A. Okay, and where you want to store it? I want to store into this student grade. Okay, this is for A. Then go for B grade. I just need to go for this B student grade. Then go for the C. Same in student grade. Okay, then we have to go for D student grade. Then we have to go for one more stage, that is E, or you can say the fail. Okay, where I have to print as a fail. This is also will be stored into the student grade. Okay, now adjust this one. Let's see, connect these stages, this one. Then after that we have to go for this one. This is for A grade, this is for B grade, this is for C grade, this is for D grade. Okay, let's adjust this one, then we will perform the another activities. A grade, B grade, C grade, this is your D grade, and here this is for fail. Okay, now all these stages are going to get connect with your loop stage. Okay, so let's connect all these stages with the loop stage. Okay. And here I am just going to connect with AND. So now you can see there is no error. Okay, so just create a proper flow here. So we can use this anchor stage. So anchor stage is nothing but creating a proper flow. So I can connect this one, read to anchor, then anchor to this one. So this is anchor stage is basically used to create a proper flow. That's it. So now if I'll execute this one, so now you can see it is going to read the student data from that Excel file and it is going to store into the student collection. Now you can see the 12 records. Now you can see, now it is going to perform your first calculation. Now it is going to perform your second calculation. Now you can see, then the third one. So for all the 12 records, it is going to perform the calculation for the grade and it is storing into the student collection. Now you can see this, the 5 done. Now this is started for the 6. So loop will execute or repeat this activity till the number of records we have into this student collection. It means 12 times. So let's see, this is for 9, then we have for 10, then 11, then 12. Now this is for the last record. Now it's done. Now open this student collection. Now go into current values. Now you can see the grade. The fail, A fail. Okay. Let's see where is the mistake. Okay. Now you can see it's for 70. Why is it fail? Let's see. So we have given some condition over here, a different one. Score. Oh, now you can see. Now you can see here the condition I have given. Okay, the sign. This one. Because their first condition was matching, so it is giving me A grade only. Done. Now execute this one. So I'm executing in fast mode. Now you can see it's done. Okay. Now go into collection. Now here you can see B grade, A grade, fail, A fail, D grade, and so on and so forth. Now you can see. Okay. Now what I have to do? Now what I have to do? I have to Now what I have to do? I have to write this collection to the Excel file again. So let's see how. So here just drag this action stage, and here I am just going to use the write data. Okay, so MS Excel VBO and go for the write collection here. So it is asking the handle number. So this is my handle number. The workbook name. This is my workbook name. The worksheet name is sheet 1. Okay, now collection, which collection you want to write? So I want to write the student collection. Cell reference, it is asking from where you want to write the data. So I just want to go from the A2 cell. Okay, and it is asking include column names. Do you want to include the column name, true or false? So I can give the true or false over here. If I just want to read the data with a header, so I can just make it as a true only. So let's see, execute this one, and after that I just need to go for the simply save. Okay, save and close. So as of now you can see we do not have any grade here. Okay, so just go for the section stage, double click, and I say save. Okay, or look here, if I select the MS Excel VBO and I say the save current workbook, so I can give the save current workbook or save workbook here. It is asking the handle number, so this is my handle number. Now it is asking the workbook name, so I can just provide the workbook name. That's it. Now click on OK, and after that I need to close this Excel file. Okay, double click on this one, I say close workbook. MS Excel VBO, and here you can see close workbook. So look here, if you want to reduce this save action, so you can reduce this step. Why? Because here in this close workbook they have given the functionality of save data. So if you want to save data, so just make it as a true. That's it. Okay, so it is asking the handle number, so provide the handle number, the workbook name. This is your workbook name. Now save the data. Now we do not need to provide any inputs because we have already given the save. Okay. Now click on OK. Now just connect all these stages into the sequence. Write data, save, close workbook, this one. Okay. Now let's execute this one. So now you can see it is doing the calculation for all those 12 records which we have. Any question, Ravinder, as of now?
Yes, so far.
Is it clear?
Clear, clear.
Okay. Now you can see close workbook and end. Okay, fine. Now the process is done. Now open your Excel file. So now here you can see, look, all the grade has been printed successfully into your Excel file. Now here you can see. Okay. So this is basically the way how you are going to read the data from the Excel file to the Blue Prism, then how you are going to perform some kind of a calculation and again print your calculation result with your data into your file. Okay. So this is basically the way over here. Is it clear? Okay. So if you'll also increase the data here, for example, suppose I'm just gonna delete this grade and suppose I say Ravinder and suppose I say the score is 98, then I say uh, John and the score is suppose I say 42. Okay, so now it is also going to print the grade for Ravinder and John. Let's see. I'm going to close this one. Now let's execute your process. I'm executing in fast mode as you have seen already. So now it's done. Okay. Now just go into your Excel file, open this exchange. Now here you can see. Okay. So now here you can see for Ravinder this is A grade and now here you can see for John this is fail. Okay. So this is basically the concept to read the data from Excel file, then print the result into again your Excel file. Okay. So clear till here?
Yeah, clear until.
Okay, fine. So just do the practice till here, okay? And I'm just gonna share this file with Ajay, so he will share with you, right? So you need to
Okay.
perform the same activities, okay?
Yeah, sure, sure.
Okay, fine, Ravinder.
Fine.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.